Good morning, dear students. This video is for class 10th, subject science, chapter number 4, that is carbon and its compounds, and this is lecture number 7. In the previous lecture, we have studied about the functional groups and cyclic compounds. So in cyclic compounds, we have seen homocyclic and heterocyclic, and then we have seen the different types of homocyclic as well. So we have discussed their aromatic and aliphatic homologous compounds. Today we are going to study homologous series. So let us begin with the topic. Homologous series. Homologous series is a group of compounds having same functional groups, similar chemical properties, and the successive members of the series will differ by CH2 group. Such a series is called homologous series. Homo means similar, same. So, homologous series can be called as a group of organic compounds containing a particular functional group, and the member of any homologous series will be called a homolog. That means that we will be having a group of compounds, or in a single compound we are having some elements. And if we are talking about organic elements, so there will be carbon and hydrogen. But along with the carbon and hydrogen chain, we will also be having a particular functional group. So we have studied what is functional group. Functional group is an atom or a group of atom which is attached with the organic compound to give its particular characteristics to it. So all the members of the series will be having same functional group, and as the functional group is giving the chemical reactivity to the compound, so similar chemical properties will be there in the series, and each successive member of that series will only differ by the CH2 group, and it will be having same elements, same functional group, and only differ by CH2 group. That means there will be a gradual increase of CH2 group. So that kind of series is called homologous series. So let us see some of the characteristics of homologous series. The first characteristic of a homologous series is all the members have a general molecular formula and a similar functional group. For example, if a compound is having alcohol group attached in this, then the formula is general formula for all the molecules which will be having OH group attached with it, CnH2n plus 1 OH. So let us now make the homologous series with the help of this general formula, because it is saying all the members of a general molecular formula, all the members will have a general molecular formula and will have a similar functional group. So here similar functional group is OH, that is alcohol group. So the general formula for alcohols we have been given as CN2N H2n plus 1 OH. So let us start with n is equals to 1. So n is equals to 1, then we are keeping here n is equals to 1, then 2 into n, and that is 1 plus 1 OH. So the series will be C1H3OH. Then n is equals to 2, then C2, 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So C2H5OH. Then the third will be, when we put n is equals to 3, then C3H2 into 3 plus 1 OH, C3H7OH, and so on will be having for n is equals to 4, we will be having C4H9OH. For n is equals to 5, we will be having C5H11OH. And for C6, we will be having C6H13OH. So, is there anything coming into your mind by seeing this series? We have done many a times that when carbon number is changing, so it can be named as, when carbon is 1, then it can be called as meth. When carbon is 2, it can be called as eth. When carbon number is 3, it can be called as prop. When it is 4, it can be called as bute. So, we have talked about methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, and this will be our hexane. But along with the alkane series, this is alkane series, but this alkane series is having OH group attached to it. OH group is functional group here. So this will be called as ethanol. All is coming because of the alcohol group. So this is the suffix that we put if alcohol group is there. So this will be methanol, ethanol, propanol, butanol, pentanol, and hexanol. So they can be named as this. But don't worry about the names, because we will be seeing this naming in the nomenclature part. That means in the next lecture. But this is how one series can be formed with any general formula. But here you can observe that although the functional group is same in all the groups or all the members of this series, but we have to verify that whether there is a difference of CH2 group only. So what we have to do, we have to check from the next successive member that the previous one was having a value less, or you can say CH2 group difference is there. So how you will calculate it? Just minus this term from this. So if you are doing it, then let us subtract it here only. We have C2 here. If we subtract C from C2, what we are left with? C, H3 and H5. So we'll be having H2. Then OH group is same. So what is the difference? CH2. If we see that from C2H5OH and C3H7OH, here also we have a difference of CH2. In the next series also we have the same difference. So it is verifying that homologous series, in a homologous series, all the members of the series are having just a difference of CH2 group, and the rest of the things are same, like functional group and the general formula. They can also be written as C3OH, CH3OH was methanol. Then C2H5 can also be written as CH3CH2OH when we are representing in a chain. Then we are having C3H7. So CH3CH2CH2OH. They can be written this way also. Then the next characteristic of a homologous series is each consecutive member differs by a 14 mass unit, or you can say CH2 group, that I have already told you. But how we are saying that 14 mass group? Because as we are gradually increasing the CH2 group in each of the successive members in a homologous series, then what is happening? Some molecular mass is getting increased. And why we are saying 14 mass? Because carbon is having atomic mass of 12 and hydrogen is having atomic mass of 1. So in this way we will have a total mass unit 14. So each successive member will differ by a mass unit 14. Then the next property is member of homologous series can be prepared using the same method, or you can say same general formula. Like we were having for alcohol group, we were having CnH H2N plus 1 OH. So that was the general formula for that homologous series. So all the members can be generated with the help of that general formula. Then the next is, all the members of the series exhibit similar properties. That means the chemical properties of all the members of the same series will be same. And what about the physical properties? So as there is an increase in the mass unit, or you can say CH2 group is getting gradually increased in every successive member of the group, that means the physical properties like solubility, its melting point, boiling point. So all these shows a gradual variation or change in their relative molecular members. So whenever you will be having a successive member, so there will be a little higher melting and boiling point than the previous one, as we have attached one more CH2 molecule into that. So there will be gradual variations in the physical properties as we go higher in the homologous series. Now let us see some of the homologous series which can be formed with the general formulas. We will see one of the examples of each of the series, and we will see what functional group is attached in the series. So first we have alkanes. Alkanes homologous series having a general formula CnH2n plus 2. Alkanes, you know that these are the hydrocarbons which are having single bonds between the carbon group. So this is one of the similarities that is present in the series. So the functional group here is C single bond C. If we put N is equals to 1, then CH4, that is methane, is one of the examples of homologous series. Then we have second type, that is alkenes. Alkenes, you remember that these are the unsaturated hydrocarbons in which we are having double bonds in between the carbon atoms, and the general formula for this homologous series is CnH2n. So the example can be, if N is equals to 2, then example can be C2H4. Functional group is C double bond C. Then we have alkynes. Alkynes which are having C triple bond C. There is a triple bond in between the carbon atoms, and these are also the unsaturated hydrocarbons. General formula for this is CnH2n minus 2. So if we are keeping N is equals to 2, then we can have C2H2, and the functional group attached here is C triple bond C. Alcohols, general formula is CnH2n plus 2 OH. OH is the functional group. If we are putting N is equals to 1, then we can have CH4OH, where N is equals to 1. Then one more homologous series can be made with the carboxylic acids. General formula for this is CnH2nO2. If N is equals to 1, then we can have the example CH2O2. And what is the functional group here? COOH. And you must be remembering that this COOH was present as C double bond O and OH. Then we have aldehydes. General formula for aldehydes is CnH2nO, and the example can be C2H4O if we are putting N is equals to 2. And this functional group, that is CHO, can be represented as CH and C double bond O, CHO. Then one more we can have is ketones. So ketone functional group or ketone homologous series can be, the general formula can be CnH2nO. C2H4O will be the example if we put N is equals to 2, and how it is represented, C double bond O. But you must be thinking that aldehydes also having the same formula CnH2nO, and ketones are also having these formulas CnH2nO. The general formulas for both the series are same, so how will you distinguish between the two series? So remember one thing, that we have talked about the terminal and non-terminal functional group. So ketone is a non-terminal functional group. it will always come in between the carbon chain, and aldehyde is a terminal functional group, so it will always come at the end of the functional group. So when you are drawing the structure of these two kind of compounds, then you will understand that how is this happening. Now let us see the change in the physical properties of a homologous series of hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons, the organic compounds which are having carbon and hydrogen. So the first change we will see in the physical state. So as we know that hydrocarbons are having carbon atoms in it. So the physical state will be decided on the basis of carbon atoms present in it. Hydrocarbons with less number of carbon atoms are gases. Hydrocarbons with larger number of carbon atoms are solids. And the hydrocarbons with intermediate number of carbon atoms are liquids. Now let us see what here exactly means by less numbers, large numbers or intermediate numbers. So when carbon number in a compound is 1 to 4, either 1, 2, 3 or 4, then the compound will be in the gaseous form, or you can say its physical state will be gas. If carbon atoms are from 5 to 13 in numbers, then the compound will be liquid state. And if the carbon numbers are greater than 14, then the compound will be in the solid state. As you have seen that we have methane, which is having 1 carbon, ethane, that is having 2 carbons, then we have propane, butane, all these are gases. And the second property is melting and boiling point. So melting and boiling point gradually increases with an increase in the molecular masses. As we know that when we are going higher in the homologous series, then at each point we are adding CH2 group, CH2 molecule to the general formula. That means there will be a gradual change in the melting and the boiling points as the molecular mass is getting increased at every step by 14 mass units. So the compounds having higher number of carbon atoms will be having a higher melting and boiling point, and the compounds which will be having lesser number of carbon atoms will be having a lesser melting and boiling point. Let us see some of the more homologous series like alkanes. Alkanes, we are having a general formula for alkanes is CnH2n plus 2. Then when we are putting n is equals to 1, so from starting from n is equals to 1, we have the series from n is equals to 6. So CH4, C2H6, C3H8, C4H10, C5H12, C6H14. This will be the series for alkanes. And how we are going to name it? We already know that this is methane, ethane, propane, butane, then this is pentane, hexane, and so on. The similar way we have the homologous series for alkenes as well. The general formula is CnH2n. So as we are going to start from the n is equals to 2, because alkenes are having single bonds between the carbon atoms. So double bonds between the carbon atoms. So there must be 2 carbon atoms necessarily present. So we are starting from the n is equals to 2. So if we put n is equals to 2, we have a series of ethenes, propene, butene, pentene, then hexene. The same way we are having alkynes in which carbon is having a triple bond with the other carbon atom. So the general formula for alkynes is CnH2n minus 1, and the series will be C2H2, that is ethyne, C3H4 propyne, C4H4 butane, C5 will come, C5H8, that will be pentyne, C6H10, that is hexane. So this way these homologous series can be made. Now let us see today's homework. So in homework you have 4 questions in total. These are from some other reference book. So question number 1 is, what is meant by a homologous series? Question number 1 I am repeating again. What is meant by a homologous series? Question number 2 is, which of the following belongs to the same homologous series? C3H4, C3H6, C4H8, C4H6. So you have to identify then among these 4 which belongs to the same homologous series. Then question number 3 is, out of methane, ethane and propane, which one has the highest boiling point? So in this case you have to apply the base knowledge of your properties we have talked about homologous series. So out of methane, ethane and propane, which one has the highest boiling point? And the question number 4 is, calculate the difference in the formula and the molecular mass for part A is CH3OH and C2H5OH, B C2H5OH and C3H7OH, C C3H7OH and C4H9OH. Then after finding the difference in the formula and the molecular mass of all these 3, you have to find first, is there any similarity in these 3, A, B, C? Part 2 is, arrange these alcohols in the order of increasing carbon atoms to get a homologous family. Can we call this a homologous series? So this was the homework for today. Let us see the homework solutions of lecture number 6. In lecture number 6, we were having 2 questions. So first question was, what is meant by functional group in an organic compound? So we know that when an atom or a group of atoms forms a bond with the carbon atoms in a chain or ring of an organic compound, and it is having some characteristic properties of its own, then this group of atom is called a functional group. Second question is, pick out the functional groups present in the following compounds. Compounds are CH3CH2OH. So you can see here that we have a functional group of OH. In second, CH3CHO. CHO is aldehyde group. CH3COCH3. So here you can see that we are having a CO in between. So when you are drawing the structure, you can see that this is ketonic group. This CO is a ketone group, functional group. When we have CH3COOH. COOH is the carboxylic acid functional group. Then we have the CH3COO C2H5. It seems to be like R, that is the chain of carbon atom, then COO, again some chain of carbon atom, that is R dash. So this we didn't discuss when we were talking about the functional groups, but this is ester functional group. Let me show you how it is made. So let us see all the compounds given here. So first is CH3CH2OH. So OH is the functional group and this is the chain, that is ROH, that means OH is the functional group, that is alcohol group. Then we have CH3CHO. So CHO will be arranged in the form of C single bond H, and C is also linked with oxygen, that is having a double bond, CHO. So this is aldehyde group. Then we have CH3COCH. So if you are drawing the structure, you can find that we have C double bond O in between, and we also have and the third compound which has been given to you is CH3COCH3. So if we are drawing the structure, then we can see that we are having a group of C double bond O in between, and this is called ketone functional group. And the next is CH3COOH. So So if you draw the structure, you can find out that there is CH3. This is CH3. Then we have C double bond O, OH. So COOH is the carboxylic group. So functional group is carboxylic group. And the next is CH3, COO, C2H5. So when we draw the structure, it comes out to be CH3, C double bond O, single bond O, C2H5. So hence this way all the valencies of all the carbon atoms are also satisfied, and all other atoms, they are also satisfying their valencies. So although this functional group we didn't do in our last lecture, this C double bond O, single bond O, COO, is the ester functional group, which is represented as dash C double bond O, single bond O. And why I am making a dash here? Because here another carbon chain will come, and from this side also it will connect with the carbon chain. So this comes in between a long chain. So if R dash is the chain which is getting connected here, then R dash C double bond O, single bond O, R dash R double dash. That means here another carbon chain will get attached. So this is ester functional group represented by C double bond O, COO. One more functional group is there, that is amino group, represented as dash NH2. One nitrogen and two hydrogen are getting attached with a carbon chain or ring. So R representing the carbon chain or ring, and NH2 is representing the amino functional group. So suppose we are having one carbon atoms chain, so CH3 NH2. CH3 NH2 is the example of amino functional group compound. So that's it for today. Do your homework, and we will continue our lecture in the next lecture. We will do the nomenclature in our next lecture. So till then, take care and goodbye.